welcome to Prudent News. Now look at the headlines. Supreme Court stays firm on the decision not allowing convicted persons to be legislators. Dismisses Union Government's review petition. Handicraft Corporation fails to lure Goans to buy their low-cost Ganesh idols. Goans still prefer costly idols from traditional chitrashalas. A special report. Major airline raised their fares by 25 to 30% following rise in aviation turbine fuel prices. CM says Goa won't get affected with the rise during tourist season. On the eve of Teachers' Day, Prudent asked students what they expect from their teachers. We bring to you the intelligent and naughty takes on teachers. And High Court asks government to file status report on Kalangut illegal slaughtering case. Slaughtering at meat complex stall even after lifting of ban. Now news in detail. The Apex Court is firm with the decision that disqualifies convicted politicians from serving as state legislators. The Supreme Court has slammed the union government while hearing review petition related to tainted MPs fighting polls. It has criticized the government for causing confusion over right to contest.
The Supreme Court has stood by its order that disqualifies convicted politicians from serving as state legislators. The judges of court dismissed by terming it as no case. Government had appealed against Apex Court's verdict in July. However, the judges have agreed to review part of the judgment that banned an arrested politician from running for office. Though judges said they will consider this, they observed when a candidate is in jail, it is okay for him to contest. But when a voter is in jail, he can't vote. What kind of law is this? It is a very clumsily drafted law.
वोट के ऊपर जो एक दिन भी आदमी कोई जेल में चला जाएगा तो वो चुनाव नहीं लड़ सकता बिना ही सजा के उसको दोषी करार क्यों दिया जाए और जब 23 तारीख को मैटर लगेगा लेकिन उसमें सब्सटेंस अलग है उसमें क्या है कि बिना कन्विक्शन के कोई आदमी सफर नहीं करना चाहिए जो रद्द किया है उसमें कन्विक्शन और सेंटेंस इन्वॉल्व थी कि सजा याफ्ता लोगों को चुनाव नहीं लड़ना चाहिए सदस्य नहीं रहना चाहिए लेकिन जो दूसरा केस है उसमें बिना सजा के भी कोई आदमी चुनाव नहीं लड़ सकता उसको पुनर्विचार के लिए नोटिस इशू माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने किया है.
Earlier in July, the Supreme Court gave a severe blow to the criminal politicians. In a landmark judgment, the Apex Court had ruled that if any court convicts a MP or MLA for 2 years or more, they will be disqualified as legislators. Bureau Report, Prudent.
Handicraft Corporation's outlets have failed to penetrate the Ganesh idol market as expected. Despite a sizable rate difference compared to traditional chitrashalas, the sales have not picked up. Rates of Ganesh idols have gone up by 20 to 30%. The cost of raw material for the idols also is on the rise. While the government spends almost half a crore on the subsidy to idol making artisans, share of relief is not reaching to the consumers.
Inflation is skyrocketing and Savat festival is approaching. Not just the vegetables and commodities have seen the rise. Even the artisans have increased their rates on Ganesh idols. It is not like any other Savat. Savat this year is expensive. Artisans say government subsidy is not enough. Raw material like the paint, clay, material, labor is getting expensive and government subsidy is not enough. Chairman of Goa Handicraft Corporation, Lou Mamledar, says the subsidy helps to sustain the traditional business.
Total 550 sumar register झाल्या त्यातूनचे 528 लोकांनी सबसिडी क्लेम केल्या जवळ 58 लाख रुपया सुमार आम्ही वाटल्या म्हणून.
However, when the artisans sell the idols to the Goa Handicraft Corporation, they are priced almost 45 to 50% lesser than the ones in chitrashalas.
इतली म्हारगाय वाढल्या की गणपती पेंट जर वाढलो जाल्यार आनी बाकीचे सगळे तेजेर गणपती करपाचे साहित्य जर वाडलें नॅचरली गणपतीच्या मुर्तीचो रेट हो वाडटलो आनी हँडीक्राफ्ट हो त्या रेटाचेर कंट्रोल दवरुपाक शक्य ना आनी दवरप न्हीच. कारण आमी हँडीक्राफ्ट हे आर्टिसनाक मदत करपा खातीर एक सबसिडी दिता. तेजो आनी प्रायसाचो कांय संबंद ना.
Goa's Ganesh idol market is almost 1 lakh idols. But the artisans cannot produce idols in this much number. This leads to import of idols to fill up the market gap. But there are variations in rates of the idols. Artisans sell Ganesh idols as per size and the art. Here are the rates across the state. Mapsa, small idols 500 to 2000. Big idols 5000. Vasco 400 to 500. Big idols 12,000. Margaon 800 to 8,000. Big idols 25,000. Ponda 600 to 800. Big idols 10,000. Kepe 500 to 2,000. Big idols 35,000.
ह्या लोकांक आमी ₹100 ह्या प्रमाणे आमी तांकां सबसिडी दिता आनी मॅक्झिमम 25,000 म्हणजे 250 एका आर्टिसन्साक करपाक हें आसा. ताणें जर केल्यो पूण मॅक्झिमम लिमीट दवरला तें 250. 250 गणपती मुर्त्यांक सबसिडी दिता.
Goenkars prefer the idols from traditional artisans and chitrashalas. It doesn't matter whether the prices are higher or inflated when it comes to Ganpati and Savat mood. The mega market share in the idol market is definitely a concern for Handicraft Corporation. With Bureau Inputs, senior reporter Laukik Shilkar with video journalist Chetan Gavas for Prudent.
Airfares will now be dearer following rise in aviation turbine fuel price. SpiceJet and Jet Airways have increased its fare almost by 25 to 30%. Air India is also planning to raise their fares. Experts in aviation sector have expressed worry that airfares may go up by 50% during the upcoming tourism season. However, Chief Minister Manohar Parrikar says that it wouldn't have much impact on Goa.
While the rupee falls, airfares are flying higher than the flights. The fall has directly affected the price of aviation turbine fuel by almost 7%. The domestic airlines will suffer the most with this rise. Airlines spend almost 40 to 45% of their cost on aviation turbine fuel. Following the hike, airlines have started increasing the fares. SpiceJet has hiked its fare by almost 30%. Jet Airways and Air India will follow soon. However, this is the scene in off-season. Experts from tourism sector claim that the airfare may witness a rise of up to 50% by October. But Chief Minister of the state, Manohar Parrikar, does not see any major impact on the inflow of tourists in the state. Moreover, government is planning special scheme for the airlines.
पूर्वी आम्ही 22% जो टॅक्स आशिल्लो तो आम्ही 12%चेर हाडलो 12.5%चेर हाडलो. बाकीच्या राज्यांनी नेबरिंग स्टेट्स have 26 and I think 28. This year we have also declared in budget one scheme. If a particular airlines brings in more aircrafts and more seats to the state, then they will be given concession or refund of some of the tax they pay. Maximum refund can bring down the tax value to 5%, not below 5%. So it's an encouragement for more flights to Goa. And त्यामुळे गोयच्यो टिकेटी comparatively सवाय जातल्यो. Obviously, if you are flying to Goa, you can't fly empty. So traveling to Goa becomes cheaper. And if you get refund on these, you can take the tank full and go to other destinations. त्यामुळे तुमचो खर्च बाकीचे कडेनूय कमी जातलो. गोयचोय खर्च कमी जातलो. पण गोंयांत ताणें चड सीट हाडूंक जाय, चड पॅसेंजर हाडूंक जाय, चड फ्लायट्स हाडूंक जाय. That is a requirement of the scheme. It is in the process of being drafted. Legislation केल्लें आसा, power दिल्या sales tax department. Maybe October, November it should, sometime it should come on board.
With Bureau Inputs, senior reporter Laukik Shilkar with video journalist Chetan Gavas.
The internationally renowned economist Raghuram Rajan has now taken over as the new governor of RBI. His stint begins when the Indian economy is battling with its worst phase with rapid fall in rupee, high inflation and slow economic growth burdening current account deficit. He is the 23rd governor of Reserve Bank of India.
With rapid fall in rupee and high inflation, Raghuram has tough challenges ahead of him. The 50-year-old Raghuram Rajan has taken over from the governor of RBI D. Subbarao. In his first address after taking over as the governor, he said he is working towards a plan. He has plans focused on protecting the value of money. He said when Indian economy is facing challenges, it is fundamentally strong. He highlighted his top priorities as stability of rupee, low and stable level of inflation, faster, broad-based inclusive growth. Raghuram also mentioned quick action to support the Indian rupee, which has seen a steep 20% fall in recent week. He said the RBI will allow importers to rebook 25% of cancelled forward contracts. Bureau Report, Prudent.
It's time for a short break. Stay tuned.